Good
Yeah.
afternoon, all. So I have with me Subodh sir, who is Additional Chief Secretary from Government of Rajasthan. He has been handling about the migrant situation in Rajasthan very efficiently, and we talk about him about how has been his experience so far. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to ET Government's interview. How has been your experience so far in terms of migrant situation in Rajasthan?
Thank you so much. In fact, my reason for interacting with you is to tell us that my original work is I'm ACS Industries, but this migration work was given to me additionally by the state government. And now I was handling migration on foot, migration by bus, migration by train, and migration by air, especially of the people coming from abroad. And this largely falls under the Government of India guideline of stranded people under the 5 categories, which is labor, students, pilgrims, and others. So what happens was this thing started suddenly because it was not anticipated that such a large number of people will start moving. The government, fortunately, we are lucky to have a very positive government, and leadership, the political leadership is very proactive and very humanitarian. So from day one, the instructions that we got was that nobody should be bhuka. The key theme was koi bhuka nahi soye. Second line which we got was कि nobody should move on foot. So we worked on both, and for the bhuka thing, we ensured whoever is moving will move into the camps. We brought them to the camps. We provided them food, water, shade, place to stay, toilets, and basic medical need. Because sometimes they were having pregnant women, sometimes they were small children. We did not what we'll do. So in the phase 1, we call the phase 1 as the initial period, before 1st of April, when the movement had started suo moto, without anticipation. Large number of people started moving in, large number of people started moving out because of the uncertainty. Nobody knew how long the lockdown will start, how long will it take, when will it open. And also for the month of industrialists and the thekedar, everybody where this labor works, was very considerate. But they soon realized this might extend into April and May, and they told their laborers, especially in Rajasthan, the ones whom I interviewed and I spoke to, they said, now you take some money, basically the transport money, and go. But there was no transport because there was no bus, there was no train, there was no any other means of public transport. And these people were scared, they were threatened with no future, they were threatened with so many other things that scare was too much. They started walking. So we put them in camps. And we put them in camps. We organized 100+ camps all along the routes. Because what was happening, Gujarat and Maharashtra, labor was also moving in. So if anybody had to go from Gujarat to UP, he was either coming through MP or through Rajasthan. There were some violent clashes also at some places in UP and other places at the border, because UP was not ready to take them unless they were able to medically screen them, unless they knew where they are going, unless they knew that they were not the carriers of the coronavirus. There was a lot of apprehension everywhere. Bihar also had refused. But slowly things settled down. By first week of April, things had settled down. We had 100+ camps. We had more than 55,000 people in these camps, and not one single complaint. Till 28th or so, Government of India decided that these stranded people we will start facilitating by trains, because lots of places you can't go by bus. And in the middle, what we were doing was we were tying up with Punjab, Haryana, MP, and other places. So we moved about 13,000 laborers who had come from MP to Gujarat in Jaisalmer to go to the borders. We tied up, and MP was very good with us. UP was a little cautious. They wanted all the details. They wanted the numbers, Aadhaar numbers. We organized that. And in the process, we were able to transfer UP, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. Now the problem remained of the people who had to go to Bengal, who had to go to Bihar, and even Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, because these were not neighboring states. So UP would only take UP labor. UP will not allow Bengal labor to go. So we organized the trains, and it was a massive exercise. The Shramik special train started on around 30th of April, 1st of May, and we organized trains, and we did not charge anyone anything. In fact, we brought the laborers from wherever they were to the railhead. Suppose they were all starting from Jaipur, the train was starting from Jaipur. So we brought people from Nagaur to Jaipur or Churu to Jaipur, or if the train was starting from Ajmer, because trains can't start from much smaller stations. So we organized the trains to Bihar and to UP. And UP we organized because 500 kilometers was the minimum distance which the trains were required. Less than that, we had to organize buses. So UP, we have sent about 51,000 UP laborers free of cost, all costs borne by the state through 35 trains till now. For Bihar, we have sent about 46 trains, totaling number of about 66,000. UP has a huge number more than this also because we sent a lot of buses also. So we must have sent about 25,000 people by buses. We even organized buses up to Udhampur to send the J&K people and bring them back. We even offered to send buses to Maharashtra. See, what happened was initially when we started registering, the numbers went up very high because everybody wanted to come. So in the lockdown 1, people did not know what will happen in lockdown 4. So our registration numbers were to the extent of about 12.5 lakh people wanting to come in and about 11 point some numbers wanting to go. But the last we did a calling survey. We did an SMS survey and a calling survey. We have a very good IT team, one of the best in the country. Huge numbers. We have this number called 1800180161, and it has 100 lines behind it. A whole team sits and works on it. It's like a huge call center. And when they checked it up on 29th, they realized this number which totaled about, let us add up 12.68 and 11.77, which is about 25 lakhs. The number was less than 1.5. So a lot of people had already come back through other means like private vehicle or otherwise. Lots of people were no more interested in coming because the industries in their states were opening. So when lockdown, you compare lockdown 1 with lockdown 4, a lot of economies have started functioning, many essential, non-essential, semi-essential factories were opening, some shops were also opening. So the employment started. So we had 3 types of people, one who had already come, one who were already employed and didn't want to come, or who wanted to come later and wait and watch. So we have literally covered almost all the people who wanted to come by train. We had, besides this UP, Bihar, Bengal, where we were sending large number of people, we wanted to have large number of people wanted to come from Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and other places, which they could come only by train. People from MP and Gujarat came by buses, by private vehicles, by other means like hired vehicles. People from Maharashtra came from both ways, either by trains and otherwise. We are almost wrapping up this train movement. In fact, there is no demand now. So we have been giving NOCs to all these southern states and western states, but they can't fill up a train because a train takes minimum 1,500 people to fill up. But we are finishing the small operation. So we have sent about 103 labor trains. We have sent about 15 trains for quota students and 2 trains for people who got stranded, pilgrims like Zaireen in Ajmer and Brahma Kumaris in Mount Abu. And we have got 47 trains coming. If we add the today's figure, maybe 3 more. So 50 trains coming and about 125 trains, and it'll wrap up. Buses, we have started a special scheme called the Shramik Special Bus. This was our Chief Minister's idea that if there are trains, we should have free buses for everybody. So we did a huge movement of Rajasthan roadways buses, and fortunately our drivers, our conductors were motivated enough to work in Corona times, and we have almost done 13,700 bus trips, and they've gone up to Chhattisgarh, they've gone up to Bengal, they've gone up to Udhampur, Haridwar, everywhere else, wherever there was a number. We needed around 30 people in buses. That is the strength we were working on. We have also started many buses. We call them the Moksh Kalash Special. People who have died and who could not Visarjit Karo their Asthi in Haridwar or Gangaji. So we have we have sent about 43 buses. It should be, number should be over 45 by now. 45 buses and about 1,500 people for sending this Kalash to their ultimate destination. So it was a huge exercise, and the strength of this exercise, which I want to share with you, was the humanitarian nature of the chief minister and the literally efficient system. It was managed by 4 or 5 people. So the medical part was handled by one, law and order by another, and migration by me. And we did not have a single complaint. We didn't have a person who slept empty stomach. We didn't even allow people to move. Chief Minister said we issued instructions to all our field functionaries up to the level of SDM that please patrol in your vehicle, please with folded hands request the migrant laborers, we will take care of them, please come to the camp, please have your food, please have water. And the first possible means, if you are from Bihar, Bengal, Chhattisgarh or far off places, we will send trains. If you are from close by places, we will send bus. So we have managed this quite well. In fact, the numbers in our camps have gone down now almost up to 400, less than 400 today, from a figure of 55,000, and that was a dynamic figure. So every day, hundreds and thousands of people were coming in about over 100 camps, and every day we were pushing them out through trains and buses, and nothing was charged throughout the whole thing by any of us. So we think we have done a very good job, and it has been appreciated. The biggest strength of this has been there's not been a single complaint by anyone at any place that the food was not there. Yes, at some point of time, the water finished in the toilet, so we ensured within few hours that the supplies were refilled. We still have about 40 camps running because there is a trickle from Gujarat. About 100-150 laborers belonging to UP and Bihar are coming almost daily. So we are lodging them in the Pali camps and then bringing them to Jaipur and sending them by the next bus and train. But we hope in another day or two, this will also go down. Because industries are opening, so lots of people are now getting absorbed in the industry themselves. And some of the people are asking for reverse migration, means going back. We had a very good example recently that there is a Unjha Mandi. Ye jo Unjha Mandi hai, is about Jeera, Nisarkol in Gujarat, Mehsana district. So they have requested कि बाड़मेर की जो labor उनकी आई हुई है, that should be sent back. So it is a mix now. With industries opening, people are not wanting to come. They want to stay where they are if their jobs are secure, because they don't want to leave their jobs also. And our numbers say that about 13 lakh people have come through different means till now, and about 6 lakh have gone. So we have got more people coming in than going out. So our industries, we are trying to map them. Each one has come with a skill. That skill could be that he's a tailor. That skill could be that he is a worker in FCI godown. That skill could be that he is everybody has some skill, mason or whatever. So we will map these skills, and we are working on it. It is almost through now. In another day or two, we should have that website and registration and everything together. We should be able to put them together so that the local industry, which needs a skilled labor, which these migrants who have come in have, then we will try and put them there. So this is a great task ahead at the moment. The second task which we have taken on is to be able to feed them in the meantime through the NFSA. See, NFSA has given us a number of 4.46 crores, but there were lots more poor in the process. The barber shop stopped running, the tailor shop stopped running, the neighborhood chai ki dukaan stopped running. So we created a huge pool, and we said all those people who are registered, about 54 more such people, we included them, and we provided from the state funds advance 2 months ration of 5 kg each. Then there is another group called the building and construction workers, because from our BOCW, Board of Building and Construction Workers, each and every person, about 31 lakh people were provided first 1,000 rupees, then 2,500 rupees. So this huge exercise was taken with two purposes. Koi bhuka nahi soye. Our Chief Minister had given us this tagline, and koi paidal nahi chale. And besides this, we are observing very strict norms about home quarantine so that we don't spread the virus. While the migrants are welcome, the numbers in the migrants is much higher. Numbers of people found infected. Of course, deaths are very few. I think 7-8 deaths only amongst the migrants, but the number was about few thousands. So if they are home quarantined well, and if they are taken good care, then we should be able to